Okay, guys, thanks for joining us here in the charts. This is the Crypto Flight Edition. It is your fellow competitor speaking. So it looks like Cardano is approaching a critical range that I want to explore with you all. I'm going to pull it up on the chart. And basically, when I pull up the critical range, I want you to find daily candles, just kind of green daily candles or green 3-day candles in order to identify buying activity. I'll get into all the specifics and the details. I just want to show you that it's approaching a very critical range that we're going to explore in this video. So let's get into it, guys. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we explore price action. Welcome in new subscribers. Let's dive into the charts here. Sure. So today's November the 23rd, 2021, and the current price of ADA is going to be $1.67, slightly negative 4.1% for the day. Okay. ADA USD pairing. All right. Cracking chart. All right. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Here is the chart. All right. So the critical range. Perfect. So it's $1.67 all the way down to $1.17. Please always be open to the market being volatile and going below the levels that you don't think it will ever get below. I'm sure the long-term investors are loving this range right now. So basically, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you're going to look for 3-day or daily candles to close within this range if it gets within this range. So yeah, it just represents buying activity. If you're noticing on the screen there, like see all these little green candles moving up, little green candle here, green candle here. It just represents buying activity as the market's going down. Some may have trouble interpreting what's going on when the market is moving down. But here on the channel, we actually explain this a lot. When you're seeing like a controlled move down, meaning that it's not just like dropping really fast. Those are like big sell orders. But when you're noticing like this kind of this slow, methodical, graceful moving down, and it's not going down too fast, it just represents controlled selling, aka buying as the market is moving lower, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of explain that. And another thing that I do is kind of creative. I think it's creative is I pull up the higher time frame to pull up the weekly candles, and what you want to do is you just kind of measure the behavior between the two parties. I think those of you who've been with us a long time, you know what I'm going to say, but there's some who are new with us. I want to just kind of explain it to you guys. See how you got those candles, those green candles moving up. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 candles to move up, right? Really nice thrust off that level. Okay, the level is at about $1.17. That's why we've chose the lower portion of that range. And then if you measure the 7 weekly candles going up, you take yourself over to what's going on now, and you notice that it's actually taken a pretty long time for the sellers to move the markets down. Okay, it actually took, let's guess we count the candles here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's call it like 12 or 13-ish candles. Okay, so 7 weeks to move up, 13-ish candles to move down. Just simply represents it's buying activity taking place, guys. So that just kind of gives you a general idea of the strength between the buyers and the sellers. Doesn't mean it can't move lower. It just gives you an idea of what's going on behind the scenes. There's just buying this asset as it's moving lower. Okay. And I guess one last thing is we'll actually pull out our Fibonacci retracement level and measure from the lows down here at about 117. And just kind of measure the wick at the highs over here, see if we can pull up a Fibonacci retracement level. I think they're extremely useful, especially the 0.618, which it is currently just kind of hanging out below. Notice that this candle actually closed above it, this weekly candle right here. It actually found some sort of support at that level so far on this November the 15th candle. But the next candle appears to be not holding support so much. But there's still like 4 days and 21 hours on this active weekly candle. Remember, cryptos are super volatile. Can it zip back above this line and close above it? Absolutely. Is it going to? Not sure, guys. If it closes below this white line, the 0.618, which is at $1.80, yeah, guys, $1.81, pardon me. Then it simply what normally happens, which is not guaranteed, is it just simply reverts to the next relevant level on the Fibonacci retracement level. With respect to the 50 level, just kind of 50% from the highs, it'll go down to the 0.786. And that's at $1.47. So just to kind of give you a general idea of the strength between the buyers and the sellers, and the Fibonacci retracement level as it breaks or finds support at one level, and if it breaks down, it gravitates towards the next relevant level. Hopefully that explanation is good for those who are just kind of new with us. Those who have been with us for some time, we go over that a lot. So, all right, hopefully that information is good. I'm seeing potentially lower prices on Cardano if the $1.67 level cannot hold, which is where it's just kind of leaning on right now. And that is the information that I have. So again, guys, just look for those reversal candles within the range. Just kind of pull up your chart and pull up that critical range. It's a critical range for a reason, guys. It's definitely a critical range, meaning that if Cardano actually breaks below this critical range, then it's just actually outside of what I understand. And you just have to assume that the overall trend is truly being disrupted here. But the overall trend is actually still perfectly intact. I'll go over one last thing before we close it out. Sorry, guys. All right, so the last thing is it's still making higher highs and higher lows. So, I mean, it's perfectly in line with the uptrend. It's beautiful. Okay, so as long as it's, it's not getting below, like in the worst case scenario, I'm not saying it's actually going to even get close to this level, but like $1.17. This is how I just kind of take a macroscopic look at everything, and I'm never kind of like surprised if the market goes down like 5 or 10%, because I'm always looking at the big picture, right? This level is pretty important down at like 117. If you're following me on the screen, it's making higher highs and higher lows, so it's beautiful. It's in an uptrend. You have to respect the trend if it's, making higher lows. So if the market can establish some sort of higher low, naturally it would attempt to make a higher high, higher than the previous swing high at about $3. All right. So that's all I have for you, wonderful folks. Hopefully you enjoy that. That's the end of the video. So if you don't mind supporting the channel before you go by leaving an appropriate thumb, I would truly appreciate it just below the video. And also leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote the video on the channel. Thank you for your support. If you guys are new, we also explore the traditional stocks 7 days a week. Kindly join us here on this interesting journey. We'll send that out to you guys momentarily. All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, have a plan before you enter the market. That is essential to have a portfolio at the end of, the day. Keep that positive energy flowing. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.